Hey, we back. We last month difficulties, the weather and all that prevented us from having the show on time. But we back and man, we back and we blessed to be back because there's a lot of people went to sleep last night, didn't wake up.
Hmm.
Um, our topics are not just for this show is not for just entertainment. This show is for education, uplifting. That's what the Man in the Mirror whole purpose is to enlighten and uplift and give hope. And we not no gurus or no professors or any kind of swamis or nothing. We just men who share our experience, man, and striving to do the best we can with life's challenges and just life period. So tonight's topic is a mean one, and it's probably the most that we can do to give success, other than what God do for us. But what we can do to not say to assist God, but to stay in alignment with Him, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about just staying consistent, and it equals a lifestyle change. Now, if you stay consistent for something negative, yeah, you're a negative lifestyle change. But we talking about staying consistent with some positive stuff and getting the favorable outcome lifestyle change. So we're gonna have another guest. It's gonna be here, run a little bit later for the panel. But right now, they said with two or more together, man. Yeah, he there. So I got my man over here who actually, man, is one of the reasons why it became a podcast, because we was doing some other stuff, and he said, man, you should take Man in the Mirror and do a podcast with it, because it was starting just a man's rap.
Absolutely.
So kudos to this guy here, and even the guy who does the camera work with us was the guy that you introduced me to.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's how this thing work, man. This thing work together.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does anything alone that's successful. So I'm glad that we're here together for this topic here, man. And I'm talking too much. Let me go ahead and just introduce my main man, the Focus One, Focus Field.
I like that.
Yeah, the Focus One.
Focus Field. I want to start off by saying good day to everyone. Shout out to Boo Jones. Shout out to B, the cameraman. And that's what people don't do. Boo. They don't shout out the whole team.
That's right.
And what they don't know is this topic tonight, everything works hand in hand, because even with a team comes consistency at the end of the day. So I'm just grateful, Boo Jones, to be here. You already know our relationship, man. I don't need a whole, we don't got to give him a whole story, but I'm just grateful to be here. Man in the Mirror, it was Man in the Mirror at first, and I like that. My man said, man, Phil, we upgraded. We had to, change it up. So now it's Man in the Mirror.
And I got to cut in on this one, because I usually say that in the beginning, right? But you brought it back. Right. That's how it works. We say THEE because it's a personal journey.
Absolutely. Yep.
Each man, even though we might be a team, each man got to take a look in their own mirror.
Absolutely.
So that's why we say that. And also, another man that was on the panel before coined this for the show. It's the talk show that matters.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So we give shout out to man Rodney Grimes for that one.
Rodney Grimes. Shout out to Rodney Grimes.
Yeah. And all the people, man. We had a panel. There's so many people as part of the panel over the years. Back then we called it co-hosting and all that.
Right.
But now it's just panel, right? And that includes all of us, And there's so many people, man, that's been a part of that. We had the reunion. I think at the end of this year we're supposed to do another one.
Okay.
God willing.
Okay. Consistency. into this year, like you say, been years. So great work. And then also, Boo Man, the thing is, even what we're doing is staying consistent. I know a lot of these panels, podcasts, they fall off because I think there's no substance. Everything is the same thing, and everybody is trying to do the same thing. But like you say, it's positive, and everything is a lesson taught. It's a panel, and we teaching each other. In other words, so instead of being host, like you said, it's a panel, and we got to keep this thing consistent too. With different topics and different teachings. Like I say, man, once again, man, I'm just just grateful just to be here. Somebody called me to be, on their show.
Yeah.
So it's just a great thing.
And man, like I said, man, everybody's appreciated. Everybody who put the bricks in the building is appreciated, and that's something that God showed me about. The bricklayers. All of them is important. The people who mix the mortar, the people, that carry the bricks. The people, whatever involved in building the building, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Not
right.
just the bricks, but you got the carpenters.
Facts.
You got the people that hang the sheetrock. You got the cleanup crew. How about them?
What's very important.
Yeah.
See, we forget about the real important ones. Along our journeys, it got to be, like you said, the cleanup crew. Just as simple as that, but something so big though. That's such a major part. You can't work in dirt. There's no progress because you can't see where you're going on your journey. If it's dirty or if it's cloudy.
And not just the dirt, but things is impairing your work space.
Absolutely.
You can't work over old pieces of wood and bricks and stuff like that. You gotta move that stuff out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So shout out to anybody that don't think that the labors are important.
And I think you mentioned that a lot, and that goes with the good stewardship. With good labor, those all go hand in hand. Nobody want to be the labor.
Yeah.
Nobody want to provide that good stewardship. Nobody want to get dirty.
Yeah.
Nobody want to be in an uncomfortable situation until the project is complete.
Yeah.
So everything goes hand in hand. Q, answer Q, so baby.
So coming to the panel is a now consistent panel member. He's part of the panel consistently, right? From now on. That don't mean he's gonna be here every month.
I'm gonna try.
But he's part of the panel now, and the consistent panel. He's part of the regular, and that's Quatrell Smith, also known as Pastor Q.
Amen. Thanks for having me.
And we talking, me and Phil been sitting here chopping it up about the topic, man. Staying consistent, and we talking about in a positive way. It's going to render some good results if I'm staying consistent in a way with a system that works, right? If I'm staying consistent, though, because it ain't gonna work if I don't stay consistent. I don't know nobody. Just think about this: they plant the seed and don't till the ground, don't do all the necessary things.
Right.
That's why I always say God and guidance.
Well, this not to cut you off, but this is a good panel. And I'm glad that I had Pastor Q here, because it's funny you called me to come here, because I've been thinking every single day. Consistency, right?
Yeah.
Staying consistent, but how does that work from within without falling off? Because it's a hard task. And then also discipline. What is discipline? But what is it in a godly way? Because that's where it comes from. The creator. And I think it has to come from within. It's just something that you gotta have in you. But how do you keep it? And that's one of my questions, man. Because we say consistent, gotta keep doing it. But how do you keep on doing it even when it's tough?
Okay, what's driving? That's, and you see before you came, Q, he was talking about a lot of podcasts and stuff, they fall off because what are they doing it for?
Right.
See, like I can't fall off because this is my lifestyle.
Mhm.
It's my lifestyle.
Right,
I do it for the glory of God, and I understand it's gonna be some backlash. I understand it's gonna be some criticizing, and man, that go with the territory.
From the territory.
Yeah, there's always gonna be some thorns on to the rose. So it's worth it. And we was talking about the labors too. I know Q got something on that. We talking about how important the labors are. So we talking about the skilled people that build the building. But what about the laborers and the cleanup crew?
The Bible say, man, the harvest is many, but the laborers are few.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
The harvest is ready.
The harvest is ready, but the laborers are few.
Yeah.
I mean, that scripture teaches there are people who are ready to hear the gospel and wanted to hear, but there are few laborers. There's willing few people to go out there and actually do the work. Which ties into consistency. I was thinking about the drive. I was actually doing my drive over here what the topic was about, and it was right there big and flyer. Consistency doesn't look like progress. You know what I'm saying, Phil? Because a lot of time I've been doing it, you've been doing it, Phil been doing it for a long time. And I hear people say, man, you done had your church for 14 years, and you still not at 100 members. Yeah. You've been in your podcast, you still ain't blown up yet. You know what? Consistency will make it before talent. And people don't believe that. How many people you knew, Phil, growing up, played sports with us and played basketball, played football, and the best never made it. The consistent made it. Right. So to be honest, even in anything you do, it's not the best that make it, it's the consistent that make it. And somebody is always, it's people in the NBA that it's people that didn't make the NBA are better than them. You've seen people there on Lord, and you've seen people in high school, people play in street ball league better than some of these guys in the pros. But why did they make it? Consistency. You know what I'm saying? Consistency say, I do this every day, even when you're better than me. There's people that, listen, you do something every day and somebody can do it better than you, but the reason why you're going to make it, consistency places you in a place where you can be chosen. Inconsistency, you can't be picked if you're not in line. Consistency is getting in line every day. That's what consistency is. And somebody's picking from that line. But the day you say, it has nothing to do with people say, man, how good you are. It's people that's making it's not better than you. The person on TV is not better than you. They're more consistent than you. Consistent mean they stayed at it, even when they didn't see progress. The person who's in better shape than you, probably you can be in better shape than them. The difference is that they went to the gym every day. They meal prepped every day. In order to get to that next level, everybody's not a one-hit wonder. Even the one-hit wonder stayed consistent making music that wasn't good till one day somebody said, this is good. But its consistency is really just staying with something that's really showing no progress. Consistency is watering a tree or watering a plant and understanding that it's not growing up, it's growing down.
Come on now. Before
it start growing up, it start growing down. And you don't see that though, boo.
And you mentioned that one of the greatest analogies. Right? What about you watering a spot and you don't see nothing?
Yeah.
You don't plant a seed,
right?
And you watering just the ground,
right?
You don't see nothing.
Yeah, but the roots, you don't see the roots. Nobody sees the roots. Everybody, we on every day, Phil. We on social media, and we're looking at what's springing up on other people's pages, comparing ourselves to other people. But what doesn't show on social media is the roots. Yeah. Nobody praises you for the roots. Everybody praises you for growth, upward growth. Yeah. But in order to be able to have a foundation to survive through seasons, your roots got to be deep. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth its fruit in his season. Well, as long as I'm grounded, I'm gonna have seasons. That means my fruit gonna fall off, my fruit gonna come back, my leaves gonna fall off, my leaves gonna fall back. But the consistency says I'm grounded. Yeah. I'm grounded in what I do. I can't be shaken. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have seasons. And that's what people don't understand. I'm talking about even on Sunday is seasons. Seasons mean that, like I was talking about Sunday, anybody heard the message? Now everybody want to get snow plows and invest in the winter thing because of the season they had.
Mhm.
How often do you get that much snow?
Right.
To me, I don't think it's a great investment. But
Mhm.
guess what? I don't care if the man with the dump truck or the snow plow. I know somebody. This is no lie. They said the last 2-3 weeks they made over $100,000. But let me say this though: how long he had that truck and that equipment? That's due. I can't be mad at that.
He's taking
How long,
pictures though.
but how long did he been sitting on that pickup truck with that plow and them dump trucks? Years.
Yes.
So he just made $100,000 in 2 weeks, and guess what? He been waiting 15 years for that to happen.
Yeah, so you gotta do the math.
So you gotta do the math.
It don't,
So somebody told me, man,
add
you know
up.
what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go invest in some snowplow stuff. For what? You don't live in the Midwest.
Right.
You're just trying to jump on the next money getting thing. Well, okay, here's my thing. If the snowplow people had their season and dude made over 100,000 in 2 weeks, why not just stick with doing what I'm doing? Eventually, I'm gonna have my season.
And what
You
about
know what I'm
this?
saying?
What about this? If I'm being consistent, like I said, he stayed consistent, but look at it don't add up. But let's look at this. If I'm staying consistent, right,
Right.
then by the time you get 100,000 waiting 20 years for another big snow, right? I done made 100,000 over.
You didn't. What I'm saying, what people
fail
fail to realize,
Right.
you just making that $100,000 last 2-3 weeks, but somebody been making that 100,000 every year. But right now, guess what? It's your season.
Yeah.
What people got to learn is what we fail to realize. This, Phil. I tell people all the time, I'm never upset when I see another man having his season.
No.
It's guess what? It's a season for watermelon. It's a
Yeah.
season for crabs.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? They said it's right now in the season for crabs. But guess what? The crabs gonna have their season again. The fruit's gonna have their season again. Right? The farmer is not giving up farming to go be a fisherman. Farmer Fisher Bakers.
That's who they are.
It's a restaurant.
Yeah.
Farmer Fisher Baker. Everybody have their season.
Yeah.
So guess what? The farmers stick with farming.
Yeah.
Fishermen stick with fishing. Bakers stick with baking. And I wait for my season. But we as people, we want to have our hand in everything. And when they say you're a jack of all trades, master of none.
That's called
Do what you supposed to do, what you called to do, and wait for your season.
Thin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, but nowadays, everybody, well, I do this. You do everything. Well, that's because you're trying to have a season for everything. I get it. I get the multiple streams of income. But what I'm trying to say in life, everything, it talks about even Ecclesiastes. Everything, to everything under the sun, there's a season and a time in life for everything. Time to death, time to be born. He goes through all that. Right now, this ain't your season. Okay. Don't go do what I do. Guess what? I'm looking at a man right now who doing this and doing that. You know what? He having a season, man. Guess what I do? I sit back, I stay planning, I keep water when I'm doing. Like you said, I got to keep water when I'm doing. And then guess what? Then I'm gonna have my season.
You can just yeah.
And then somebody be like, "Damn, man, you doing it? You know how long I've been planting in water?
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah.
You know how long I've been
But
doing
I've been
this?
consistent.
I've been consistent
At mine.
not yours.
Not yours.
Not jumping on
But
every
see,
little fad that come about.
Let's start off with what he asked.
Mhm.
You know, earlier why some people they give up because first of all, no faith. Right. Second of all, it's like what are your motivation? I'm prescribed to if I can reach one.
That's all.
Because like I do believe this, man, because I believe everything that come into my thought pattern is positive come from God. That's what I believe, right? So I say I get it from God, and people might don't understand. They say, oh, that's religious. That's on you. I'm talking about relationship, right?
Right.
So one of the things was,
Some
man,
different forms too.
yeah, one of the things was, man, we talking about this consistent thing, right? One of the things was, man, he dropped in my spirit that if I keep on doing what he asked me to do, that I reap in due season.
In due season.
Like he said, right?
Yeah.
But what is my motivation is to please him.
Yeah.
My motivation ain't for me to get no money.
That's what they say. Do not grow weary in well doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my motivation ain't to get no money. My motivation is to hear well done on the other side.
Right.
That's my motivation. And what he desired, I would start to learn how to desire.
You said something that was key too, Boo, that faith and consistency goes together.
They go together.
You know, when the Bible says, he says, you know, when he's talking about you say you have faith, show me your faith by your works. And I'll show you my faith by my works. So consistency says I have faith in what I believe in. That's why, and I believe in that even though I don't see it, that the groundwork I'm doing with the consistency brings it to pass. You know what people say, I'm looking for God to do something. Okay, well, he said, pray, believe you have already received. Okay, well, it's already done. Well, it's not to sit around and just keep praying for it. Let me see your work.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You if you believe I'm gonna make the NBA, that's faith.
Yeah.
You gotta go out there and shoot every day.
Yeah. See, what I'm asking God though, Q, and you're right about being consistent, whatever your trade is or whatever you do, right? But what I'm asking God is that let me keep on working at this tilling this ground,
Yeah.
right? So I can spring forth. Because I fall off. But here's the hit. The more I ask for it, the more challenges come. The more challenges come. The more I'm talking about I want to be more like Christ, the more challenges come. And then I drop the ball a lot. I drop the ball a lot, man. And it ain't so much in what I physically do, now it's in what I say.
Yeah.
But nobody sees the progress but me and God. When it used to be, you snap and then you look in handcuffs and talk, oh, man, I should have did that. Now, it's more like, I shouldn't have said that. So it's getting, so you don't see the progress.
Say that.
He see the progress.
Right.
We might not see it. He see the progress. Like we said, you water that ground right there. You don't see that the roots growing down and getting good solid foundation. We don't see none of that. But she said one plant, one water, but God the one make the
increase. Yeah.
So that's I just wanted to say that, piggyback on what you were saying, man, because this is some good stuff.
Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you what too. A lot of times consistency starts off in what you say, and a lot of people, they're consistent in the things they say, and the things they say, they're just not inconsistent in the things they do. You ever hear people feel they're always talking about the same thing?
Right.
I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to do that. That's a consistency. Okay, so obviously you have speech down. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Every time I'm talking to somebody, I hear people say the same thing over and over again. So it's almost like the BS is consistent.
You was talking about that.
Every time I'm talking to you, you keep saying the same old thing, man. The problem is that I'm just not seeing the actions. But you're consistent talking about it though.
Sound good.
Constantly say you're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. That's consistent. But your actions
is not lining up.
But your mouth is. And then one day, you hear people say, man, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there. I keep saying I'm gonna come to your show, boy. I keep saying I'm gonna come to your church. I keep saying I'm gonna stop by your show. I keep saying consistency. And then guess what? And then one day they do it.
One day, yeah.
But some people are just they talk themselves into this consistency. And then some people do it. And
but who knows?
Go ahead, Boo. Yeah.
Who knows the time limit to a person? Like that's where that's where we give the people grace, right? Because it may start off as just talking, and then later on they start to catch on. I mean, we start off with training wheels on.
You know what? The side of the part I was gonna ask y'all about this. Remember, I just said that the talk is consistent.
Yeah.
You ever notice that people say this? I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna go. And I'm gonna tell you the reason behind it. I'm gonna go a little deeper with you. You notice that you always say you're gonna do something and you never get a chance to do it. You always tell somebody you're gonna show up and you never show up, right? Okay. And then one day you just show up and they say, man, I ain't even say I was gonna come because Every time I say I'm gonna come,
I ain't come.
I don't make it.
Right.
Here's the thing about life. You know when the Bible talks about speaking things into existence, and people believe that life and death is in the power of the tongue. Whenever you say to the universe, whatever you believe, you're gonna do something.
You better do it.
There's always something that comes against what you say.
Yeah.
That's why people always say, I ain't even gonna say it.
It's an adversity.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Because when you speak it, it's under attack.
I get it.
That's why people always say, man, you know what? I ain't even gonna tell you I'm coming. I'm just gonna show up.
You know, on that cue, I gotta
Yeah.
say this.
No, go ahead.
We was talking about giving people the shout outs and people who help you along the way. We said, man, he said most time people don't say their name or give them some kind of credit, right? So it was a chaplain back in '95 over Alexandria jail, right? Old Caucasian man. He had his own unit called the chaplain unit, right? And he said something. He said, your talk talks and your walk talks, but your walk talks louder than your talk talks. Yeah. I said, mean.
Walking like you talk.
He said, your talk talks and your walk talks. Both of them talk, but your walk talks louder than your talk talks. That was a mean piece he said, man.
I wonder why people just talk. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We do what we know.
Yeah.
That's the bottom. That's some truth, man. And we do what we believe in.
Right.
And we do what's important to us. Right? If that's important to us, destruction could be important to us.
Yeah.
That's not life could be important to us as long as I feel good.
Yeah.
Looking for a feeling could be someone's motivation.
Yeah.
But they just want to feel. But see, one thing about you said earlier, you said discipline. Discipline mean, man, my wife said something earlier, man. She said, if you say something, you're going to do it. Don't you? Man, for your wife to see that, see that's your consistency.
Right.
Because she done seen me leave this house feeling well, and because I said I'm going to do something.
Right.
She done seen me leave out here in weather that wasn't good. I told her I'm going to be there. If I ain't dead, man, I should be there. Because I prepared to be there.
You know, the thing about it is, so in all of this, I was just having this conversation myself. Consistency is God's way of building his trust with us. I'll explain what I'm saying.
Okay.
And our consistency is us building our trust with God.
Good.
It works.
like that.
It works both ways, right?
That's a mean
I'll
one there.
tell you why. Because when he brought them out of Egypt, right? And he started feeding them with manna. He could have gave them food for the month. He could have gave them the food for the week.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna give you the food for the day. Why did he do it by day? Because every day he was consistent. So when he say, give us this day our daily bread, why did the scripture say, give us this week, give us this month? Because he's saying that you can trust me every day. So he's saying, listen, every day I'm consistent. So I wake up, it's new manna. I go back to sleep, I wake up, it's new manna. Every day he's showing he's consistent. So Phil, when people say, man, if it ain't one thing, it's another. I'm gonna tell you what is consistent. Adversity is consistent.
It's consistent.
You know who else is consistent? The devil.
He consistent.
Is consistent.
He consistent.
Your problems are consistent.
Yeah.
Bad days, consistent.
Consistent.
Things going wrong,
Consistent.
consistent.
Yeah.
The answer to those things, consistent.
And then,
it's all
you ever say,
consistent.
why not me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you keep saying, man, if it ain't one thing enough, what to me it sounds like your problems are consistent because you always have them. When I talk to people, it's all, man, what's going on now? Man, you wouldn't believe it. Every day it's something else. Why is your problem so consistent? Well, let me say this. If your problems are consistent, is the answers consistent? Because every day you got new problems. So when are you going to start telling me the answers to some of the problems that you recently had?
Because we might not know, Q.
Yeah, but no. But listen, you keep getting new problems. That means you got old answers.
Or the answer ain't fitting the problem.
No, hold on, no. No, you ain't gonna keep telling me about, okay, you had a flat tire. Okay, now it's the window. Okay, now it's the wash machine. Let's go back. What happened with the flat tire? Oh, I got it taken care of. What happened with the window? I got it taken care of. But now it's the wash machine. Okay, but the tire got fixed. Window got fixed.
Come on, man.
I see some consistency in your life. You keep telling me about the things that's consistent, but you're not telling me that the problems that's the answers are consistent
to solutions.
You keep telling me about what's wrong, but you never go back and tell me what happened. That's what I want to talk about. That's what they used to tell us, keep a diary, right? Because you keep telling me let me hear what's wrong today. Then let's talk in 3 weeks and let me say, what do you ever do about that problem? Oh yeah, I end up such and such. Oh, okay. So it keeps saying like you keep going through stuff, but it seems to me the things you're going through keep getting fixed.
Yeah, that's the key. Consistent.
Yeah, your problems are consistent,
Yeah.
but it sounds like whatever your spiritual thing is, or whatever it is you serve, whatever you do, that sounds consistent to me too.
And I tell you, no, you're talking about the problems are consistent. And there are times where my consistency in my behavior and the way I think is causing those consistent problems.
So a man thinking, so is he.
Yeah, it's causing.
Sometimes your thinking, like you say, your thinking is inconsistent. 1 minute you thinking this way, 1 minute you thinking that way. 1 minute you trusting in God, 1 minute you don't know if God is doing it. I mean, where's your consistency?
Was that the devil-minded?
That's double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yeah, it is.
Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah,
So your thinking ain't even consistent.
as a man thinks.
So was he.
Yeah.
So you got to be consistent. If it's either going to be this way, you can't go back, like you said, the double-minded. Oh, God is good. Man, I don't know what God gonna do with this. Well, which one is it, man? You got to be consistent when you stick with one. Because I'm gonna tell you what, man. Listen, the devil is consistent. Your problems are consistent. Negativity is consistent.
Yeah,
Positivity is consistent.
yeah. See, that's why this topic, y'all, is so vast, because
Right.
it's a teacher tool, not
Yeah,
only
yeah.
for you guys, but for us too. As we dialogue, we kind of like they do say, iron sharpens iron. That's what it means.
Right.
It means, man, but you got to be iron first.
Right.
Plastic don't sharpen plastic. So what am I? If I'm not iron, then I ain't sharpening nothing with no other piece of iron.
That's right.
So that's why I'm saying, the growth starts within.
Right.
I'll go man in the mirror.
Consistency, man, is sometimes it's hard to stay. Like I said, consistency is just so important because a lot of people are just not seeing the results from being consistent. And believe it or not, one of another scripture teaching on consistency is we walk by faith, not by sight.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that, consistency has to be blind almost, because you won't see. Let me tell you what. It's sad that we have to wait till your funeral, right, to hear about your consistency.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying, Phil?
Yeah.
That's when you're going to hear how consistent you were. You're going to hear the benefits of your consistent once you die.
You say you walk by faith, not by sight.
Walk by faith, not by sight.
What just hit me though, Q,
Uh-huh.
is that if I'm not walking by sight, then the things that I see in my sisters, they're not the important things. I'm talking about the unseen things.
Exactly.
And that relationship with God and trusting Him, right?
Yeah.
Trusting Him means if you say, man, That man was going to the gym every day. How he died of a heart attack? He was in
Absolutely.
perfect
Yeah.
shape.
Mhm.
And Uncle Charlie been drinking,
Right.
but he done lived to 97 years old.
Yeah.
So that's trusting in him because we might not be able to understand that.
I'm saying, yeah.
So some things ain't gonna be,
Mhm.
that and inconsistency is consistent.
Mm.
Like he was
Yeah,
talking
people see you, you know what? The moment you stop doing something, you could be live, Phil, every week. And you say you'll hear the enemy, you'll hear yourself. I'm gonna say the enemy sometimes, your self-doubt whisper, man. You know why I keep paying people to come out doing this? Ain't nobody paying attention. And the moment you don't do it, somebody will call and say, man, you don't be doing the radio show no more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guess what? You did. It wasn't. Sometimes it's not for you to see,
Mhm.
but it is good when somebody say, "Hey, man, I watch your show. I like that."
Even
And
though
I'm
they
gonna
don't
tell you
put
what,
like.
Consistency too is also fuel. Believe it or not, when you see a person that's consistent, you don't always get the fuel, but consistency is definitely fuel.
Yeah.
When you get people say, "Man, you know what? I see you." Sometimes that one person telling you, "Man, nah, I watch you. I see you." Like, I ain't you be watching.
One.
Hey, man, because I tell you what, man, I was thinking about letting this go.
Yeah.
And then so that one person come and speak for God
Mhm.
and say, "Nah, man, no, I be watching. Don't do that." But I've been through that plenty of time. Man. I don't know why I keep going live doing this, man. Nobody support me.
Right.
And guess what? I meet somebody called, man. Listen, I just want to let you know, man. I listened to your message today. You really blessed me. Somebody I'm
But you
talking
don't ever
about.
stop believing, though.
You don't ever stop
You say
believing.
that faith
Yeah, but
still-
it's still there. But every now and then, it's like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
It's almost that fuel, that incentive. You know what I'm saying? Feel like, okay, that pat on the back. And the thing about it is, you're not always going to get that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you, like you say, people are consistent with watching you.
Mhm.
They're very consistent in watching you,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but you don't know they watching.
Mhm.
Somebody on your page right now, watch.
Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch every day they wake up, they go to your page to see what you're doing.
But they might not never comment.
They might never comment or say
push up.
something.
Yeah.
But then, boo, here's the thing about I think you and Phil was kind of, on the same page, is that consistency has to be defined, driven by a higher power or
Come
the
on,
dedication to self. Because if whatever you do, if you do it for somebody else, you won't be doing it for long.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? If anybody tells me, "Hey, I'm doing something, ain't nobody support me," then who you doing it for? You may need to revamp to why you doing what you do, because the person who loves what they do don't need support.
Don't need-
Mhm.
Come on, man.
That's
Let me
facts.
say
That's
this:
true.
don't need support to do
Absolutely.
it.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
That's how I feel sometimes.
And get what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
People tell you, listen, believe it or not, somebody right now is doing what they love to do for free. Somebody right now is doing what they hate to do, but getting paid for it.
Yeah.
That's life.
Mm.
Right now,
I can
listen,
I
you
can-
love
I
to
can
do
agree.
this.
Yeah. Love it.
Imagine if what you made at work was this. They paid you to do this.
Mhm.
And work. I love.
But guess what?
I
It
love
can-
what I
but
do.
listen.
And work.
But consistency can make it so you get paid double what you're making at work now to do what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You could be Steve Harvey, nephew. You can have your own, but guess what? Consistency flips the narrative.
He talks about that all the time.
Mhm.
Steve.
Yeah, consistency flips the
He stay
narrative.
consistent.
Yeah, you stay consistent, and then what'll happen is that the thing that you hate to do, you won't have to do it no more because you've already invested in what you love to do, and you know what the investment was? You wasn't getting paid. So I'm trying to tell you, man. Right now, people who are making a lot of money doing something at one point in time was not being paid for.
And then you got, like you said, that's one thing about the not seeing and trusting God, right? Because there are gonna be some people who doing it for money and get a lot of money.
Mhm.
There gonna be people like that. But the point is is their soul spoiled. It's
Mm.
their soul spoiled. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sometimes, man, artificial stuff grow more than the natural stuff.
I listen to
And they look bigger, right?
Yeah.
They look bigger when they get them additives and all that stuff they put in it.
right.
But they look bigger, but they're not as
Yeah.
nurtured.
Right.
Huh?
I'll tell you, man, something that you do for free is gonna one day support you, take care of you, it's gonna carry you. It's that right now, you just have to do the groundwork, the consistency in it right now. And I'm gonna tell you what I believe, man, talent-wise, is that I've seen music, all that. It's not even the most talented ones that make it.
You said,
It's the consistent one that make it.
and then you talked about this. It just came to me when you were saying that. How about you don't get the accolades, the earthly accolades, right here? Because there's some people, God, that we read about as examples who never got fame on earth. Huh? They said the greatest man ever, Jesus said the greatest man, Jesus Christ said this. He said the greatest man ever born to a woman was John the Baptist.
Yeah.
Tell me what earthly things that he owned.
Yeah.
What anything, what?
Yeah.
And he did the work.
Yeah.
And his reward was getting his head cut off.
Yeah.
He didn't get no earthly nothing. He wasn't in no palace. He had no money. He ate locusts and honey in the wilderness. But Jesus Christ said he is the most of all. We talking about all the prophets and all of them ever born to a woman was John the Baptist. So see, that's the part. That's the part. And he did it because he loved the mission. He loved the service. He loved the service. He did it unto death.
I think what made John so great too, when you look at John, you gotta look at what Jesus said about it. The Bible talked about John being a forerunner for Christ.
Yeah.
He paid the way for Christ. The reason why he was so great, because you ever hear what John always said, he says, I'm not the one. It's him. His humility and his ability to esteem another and not take any recognition.
No credit.
He took no credit. He said, no, he says, I baptize with water, but there's one that cometh after me whose shoes lashes I'm not worthy to tie.
Yeah.
He baptized you with fire. The whole time what he was doing in his ministry was lifting up one that was coming after him. Not himself. That's why he's the greatest. The Bible says if you humble yourself, you shall be exalted.
Yeah.
You exalt yourself, you shall be humble. All through the teachings of the John the Baptist, he never, even when they said, John, your disciples are leaving you to follow Jesus. That's what I've been talking about.
Yeah, that's him. He told him to. Remember?
Yeah.
He said, there goes the Lamb of God to
take away the sins of the world.
He said, now I must decrease.
But listen, the thing about him is that when in the Bible have you ever seen somebody like John the Baptist promoting another man and has all the attention in his face?
Yeah.
But still say, oh, nah, man, glory be to God. Nah, this ain't, you think I'm something? It's him. That's all he did.
Yeah.
He never allowed the people to stroke his ego, make him a statue, make him a king.
No, because
he never allowed him to do that.
The people loved him. He was popular.
They loved him.
He was popular, and that humility that he had.
But he could have easily been misled and strayed away due to the amount of fame he had baptizing.
Yeah.
You gotta realize, John could have been big-headed. He baptized Jesus. Yeah. You gotta think about that. John baptized Jesus.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
big deal.
It's a big deal. And it never went to his head.
And the thing about it is, in stature, he was humble. Like I was saying, he didn't have no fancy clothes on. He had none of that stuff, man. He was humble in his stature, in his appearance, and how he lived. It was all humility based. And Jesus Christ said, "This guy here is the best ever was born under a woman."
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Top of the line. This guy right here. And even him had some doubts at one time. He said, he done seen everything and he still had some, but that's because we all go through those periods, that seasons.
But you know the thing about it is that even Phil said, consistency has doubts. But you know what consistency does? It stays consistent.
yeah.
With doubts.
With doubts. Yeah.
Because every day, something you're consistent at, there's times you doubt. But you know what? While you're doubting, you're still consistent.
And then you start seeing God working in life. Like today, I was talking to another guy who does another podcast I do with the Google Roundtable.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of the guys that do the journalist interviewing like I do. And I called one of my old band members, right? Come to find out that them two guys went to Wilson in Washington, D.C., to high school together, and they knew each other, and all of us was Raider fans. We all was Raider fans. So yeah, it was Fitz Mason, and he's out of town.
Okay.
He played trumpet. Played my band when I first started Slave Rhythm. And then I'm talking about Jerome Kennedy, who does a show with me. And they knew each other. And they done hung out and they went to high school together. So you don't know how God gonna put things together. And I was telling you before, just like me and Q, how we met. You know what I'm saying? Like I just seen Q on social media and we had the same type of spirit. And I didn't see him getting no support. I wasn't getting none.
Yeah.
So I kind of like drawn to him, and I would listen to what he was saying, right? Until I asked him to come on the show, and that was the Man in the Mirror who was out Tyson's.
Yeah.
And look, from Tyson's to now, that you done been on the show several times since then, but it's still growing. And also with Word Movers, he asked me to be a part of it. Not just a member, but a part of leadership. And I've been blessed to do that with him. So you don't know how it's going to work out. Because Q, I was saying, this was a Man in the Mirror was a man's rap with no cameras or nothing. Right? We just meet once a month. And then doing Go-Go, Phil asked me on the show. And got the rapping, right? And he said, man, you should do that as a podcast. And here we are. That's how, man, either your life is God guided, even with the adversities.
I know your main thing was accountability. You used to always, speak on. Hold yourself accountable.
Gotta be consistent with that.
Yeah, gotta be,
You know, when I
gotta know how to hold yourself accountable when you're not
right.
Yeah.
That's real accountability. You know, so like, and if you're consistent, people who really know you, they don't say that you're perfect. Like I said, my wife, she said that don't mean that I'm perfect, but she know that some areas of consistency gives you credibility in your character. You understand what I'm saying? And I remember when I had none of that, but I strive for integrity. But I just didn't, like you were saying, I remember at times I didn't know how to live right because I didn't know better. Now, over the last 20-some odd years, almost 25 years, it's been a good journey of discovery about me, not nobody else. I get better. I don't get perfect. I get better though.
Right.
I just try not to make the same ones over and over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the thing, it's funny you say that because I hear people say that a lot. I keep doing the same things over and over again. Behavior is consistent. You know, it's funny, you know, and I always quote him by it. Paul said it, but he said the thing I don't want to do,
And I do.
that's the thing I do.
Mm.
And the thing that I know I should be doing, that's the thing I found hard to perform. Paul said that the thing he didn't want to do was more consistent than the things he wanted to do.
Right.
His bad habits were consistent, where the things he wanted to do were, you know, he said, I found it hard to perform it, being inconsistent.
Yeah. But you notice Paul
Mhm.
went on a different path, and his consistency on this new way of life, right? Made him credible. Made him his character was better.
Yeah, yeah.
So even if he made mistakes along the way, that wasn't what he was known for. What you do consistently is who you
Yeah, consistency.
are.
So here's the thing. The thing that you do, like you say,
The most.
consistency, it defines you.
It defines you.
Mhm.
And I think at times we need to know that.
Yeah.
You know, there's things about yourself you need to know. You need to learn. You need to learn about yourself. And if people say, I keep doing the same things over and over again. Okay, yeah, but now I need to find out why am I doing the same things over and over again? Because that's consistent. And then when you so you know, here's things people do, right? Here people say, I want God to take this thing away from me. So this is what you want me to do.
Uh-oh.
I want God to take away something that I'm consistent at doing that I don't like. Well, what God will be doing is just removing the surface of your behavior.
Mm.
So, and that's what I'm saying, Phil. Somebody say, Lord, take this drink and take this drug in. And God says, let's heal the abuse.
The core of where it's coming from.
You need to give up drinking. You need to give up smoking. Yeah, but the abuse still there. So if the abuse still there, then I'm gonna pick up something else.
Facts.
So you told the roots.
Yeah, so I mean, we keep, even in your field, people go to 12 steps, Alcohol Anonymous, NA, and the first thing they do when they get there is not talk about drugs. What they say? Talk about your childhood. I thought we was here about drugs.
Yeah.
What my mother and father got to do about drugs?
The core of your problem. The core.
Because nobody's just giving up drinking and smoking.
Mhm.
Right.
So they say, oh, let's talk about your childhood. Let's talk about your life. I don't see why that's the issue. I thought this was Alcohol Anonymous. I thought I just want to stop being able to drink.
Mhm.
Well, okay. The drinking is feeding something. It's causing. It's a coping mechanism.
It's a coping mechanism.
Exactly. Yeah. So my thing is, you're finding ways. These are coping mechanisms that people are asking you to give up, and the reason why you can't give it up because you're saying, I have something deeper in me. This is to help me cope. Okay. Let's deal with the why,
The core, yeah.
the core of it.
The roots.
Jesus asked the man, he said, listen, do you want to be made whole?
Yeah.
To me, I think is the most, probably what they call craziest questions in the Bible.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
asking somebody,
Do they want to?
do you want to be made whole? He's laying on the floor. What you mean, do you want to be made whole? To me, I think that's a dumb question, right? But when I hear the question, he's basically saying, are you to the point that you ready to give up the benefits for being broken?
Come on, man. Yeah, now you can't get the
That's deep.
I heard somebody say this the other day, Phil. A girl said this, and I heard it on social media or something. She didn't want to make more money because that was going to mess with her housing.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Go on, Q. This is a big one here.
what I'm trying to say is that, do you want to be made whole? That means that you are going to have to detach yourself from the benefits of where you're broken.
Come on. You can't bag at the gate no more.
Yeah, you might not get food stamps no more.
Yeah.
You might not get housing for $100 a month no more. If I give you this job, So he's asking him, do you want to be made whole?
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, most people don't want change, because whenever you meet a person, whether you date them at the Applebee's, the Outback, the Jasper's, the first thing a person does is lead with the things, the disadvantages of the things that has happened to them in life, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they lead with.
Yeah.
Oh, my baby father not this, I'm not getting no help with the kids. And they lead with all the things that's going wrong.
Yeah.
What they're basically doing is setting your heart for manipulation. All they're doing is they're just prepping you. Because meat tenderizer is what they call it.
Now, what we're talking about just from the beginning, before you came in, we was talking about being consistent for in a positive way, right? So with that becomes responsibility, accountability that he was just talking about.
Right.
That's what you was talking about, man. It's gonna cost you accountability. It's listen. First thing I had to be accountable for is the admission that I don't know how to do it.
You said what is it, Bill?
The admission to self-admission.
Self-admission. Oh, admitting
to you.
Right. Yeah, admitting.
That I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
If I don't know how to live right, I need to say I don't know how to live right to get some help. And then I gotta start allowing people who do know how to live right to kind of guide me in the beginning.
Right.
Most kids, man, they have training wheels before they start riding the bike. And most time in life, you go to any job, I don't care how much experience you got, they're gonna train you how they do it here.
Yeah.
So you're gonna always have training. From the day we was with the school, we had a teacher.
Yeah.
So why, when it's talking about getting better life skills, and you got a consistent way of messing your life up over and over and over, why won't I just humble myself and say, man, I need help? Because that I'm telling you, just like before you get to the core and all that stuff, first I gotta admit that I need some help.
Right.
And then I gotta allow the help to help me. I can't go to the doctor and say, well, man, I got stomach and this and that. And he said, well, let me run some tests and see what's going on with you. You done told me what the issue is.
Right.
But let me see what's the core of it. Let me see what the problem is.
Right.
So he run tests and do all this and do all that. And then he come back and say, and a small cyst or whatever, I'm gonna have to take it out. I had to operate. That's the only thing, right? Then you have to consist to the help, right? Right? Then they go to the procedure of doing an operation. You don't take the scalpel out of his hand talking about, let me do it myself.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of time happens in talking about being consistent in life for it to equal to a lifestyle change. It's not going to be a lifestyle change if I'm not doing it right. This watch has things inside it to make sure it works.
Right.
They're not just thrown in there any kind of way. And just like anything in life, to be consistent, everybody can't do what Q do. It's a how-to to everything.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
It's a how-to to everything. And if I don't know how, it would behoove me to let somebody who do show.
Yeah.
Hey, look. You over here shoplifting, you know how I mess with you shoplifting. Man, everybody can't do, like you was talking about the podcast or whatever. Everybody can't do that.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do it.
Yeah.
And like that try.
Yeah, but that's all right.
But they ain't consistent.
You gotta be consistent. And listen, nobody does it perfect. It's just about doing it. Now, guess what? You get better at it, you get more skilled at it, the more you do something. Now, a lot of times the skill comes from failing a lot.
Yeah, I mean your experience. When I hear people say I was doing it and it didn't go right. Well, it was a lesson inside of it. You're supposed to get that, and that's why you stay consistent, because there's bumps and bruises. There's things you need to learn, and that you listen. Listen. Failure teaches so much, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you this. You ever wonder why a lot of times undefeated teams don't win it all? Because they were never able to see the failure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you always win, you can't be getting better. Because listen, nobody corrects where they're winning.
Right. That's facts.
That's me.
Hey, listen, check this. This is crazy to say. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. If you live life with no problems, you can't be getting better.
That's a mean one there, Q.
Because the issues cause you to correct something.
Right.
So listen, this is crazy,
Right
man.
here.
But I'll tell you what, man. Man said this a long time ago. He said, "Have you ever noticed, man? Cliche you feel, man. God give us toughest battles, toughest soldiers, hardest soldiers, right? You ever notice that a person will say, man, those whom the devil have, they don't go through nothing. Keep them from going through stuff. What does God do? He put everything on his people. You know why? For one, he chastised those whom he loved. The second thing about it, iron sharpens iron. And the thing about it is correction. Reproof correction is how you get better. If everything you do is right. Listen, you don't have a friend till somebody tells you about yourself. Right now, you know what though? A man loves somebody to rub their back, stroke their ego. You know what people hate? Somebody to tell them about themselves. And guess what? The person who's telling you about yourself is the person you need in your life. You don't need to hear how good you are.
Yeah. That's why I surround myself
it's a balance.
people like that.
Not talking down.
Yeah.
Listen, nobody have to keep telling you, you're good.
Right.
It doesn't make you better. Constructive criticism is what we run from, and we think constructive criticism is judgment. But you need people to at least tell you, listen, somebody can say, hey, you know what, every Sunday I preach, somebody say that's a good word. That's me. It's never a good word. Anything you tell me I do good, I say I could have done better. Yeah. I'm not selling it for that.
Right.
It's not good till I say it's good. It's not good till I feel good about it. I don't care how good you think it is. People say you never get to a place where you're satisfied. I'm never satisfied. It's every time I step down, like when you step down, I say, oh, I could have said this. Yeah. I could have did this better. Oh man, I forgot to mention this. That's
not overthinking.
That's not overthinking. No, that's not overthinking. No, that's just means that listen, I'm not settling. I'm always looking to do better. And I'm never getting up and say, I did that, I did. No. I'm always looking for ways to be better. And I'm not saying
for yourself.
And I'm not saying that I'm in a place where I'm not appreciative or I'm always hard on myself. But one thing I do know, what I have learned is that nobody is going to be harder on me than me. But you do meet people that will be hard on you. Say, well, I think that was good, but could have did that a little better. You need somebody to say, I understand what you were saying, but I think you could have worded that a little different. And the next time you talk to somebody, you need to know how you sound when you talk to people. Because you think you sound good talking to people. And it's offensive. To somebody bring it to your attention, say, listen, okay, I hear what you're saying, but it's what you say. And And then you find out one day, you say, man, I didn't even know I was that type of person.
Mm.
Yeah, because guess what? Nobody was never
Nobody
telling you
knows.
the truth.
Right, right.
Telling you to listen, man, you offensive. You hurt people's feelings. That's not nice, man. And I don't know, who you were raised by or what. Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, listen, you don't do everything right, man.
You're abrasive.
Yeah, that's a little abrasive there, man.
Yeah.
You come off wrong, And somebody say, I never even knew that. Somebody need to tell you that.
Right.
We all need we all need adjusting, man. It's never gonna be correct and perfect, right?
That lifestyle change, though, right?
That's a lifestyle.
What it's part of.
Yeah, yeah, because that's part of the work.
Yeah,
That's part of the work right there. Like he said, you need people in your life to, and then I'm going to give you something deep.
Mm-hmm.
Even the people whose motives are not just, right, can help.
Yeah.
Like for example, they might telling you something that's fabricated or whatever, right? But when I take a self-appraisal, if I find some of that in there, I don't care who said it.
Right.
I don't care what their motivation was.
Mm-hmm.
I need to work.
Mm-hmm.
What about an accountability partner? That's what somebody told me. Who holds you accountable?
You accountable, yeah. That's
Right?
important. I just
Like
had that
you
conversation
for-
the other day.
for Q.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you have people? You have church members that will come to you and hold you accountable.
Absolutely.
Even with you, with your class that you work with, even with me.
Yeah.
But it has to be, I think, a trustworthy person that's accountable, that is holding you accountable, like somebody that is really trusting and believing in you, and that's what it takes. Like we get a lot of different feedback, but you really got to know if it's good or if it's bad.
That's why I said take a self-appraisal. Like it could be coming from somebody who don't have my good intentions at heart at all, right? But if I find that I'm taking an honest self-appraisal, I said, man, I do that.
Here's the thing, right? Two things. So I'm a personal trainer too. I've been training a lot lately, but
that's a good one, right there.
And I meet people, right, Phil? And I met people, and I'm saying, man, I work out people. I said, well, man, like this stuff you can't do. A lady told me one day, she said, Q, I can do this stuff, but I know if I pay you to be here,
to keep me accountable.
That keeps me accountable. You see what I'm saying?
And she know herself.
She know herself.
But she know herself.
She know herself.
Right.
Yeah.
And she know unless I'm sitting at that gym waiting for her,
I ain't gonna stay consistent.
She has a reason to be accountable.
And she ain't gonna stay consistent.
But like Phil said the same thing with her too. So guess what? I'm a pastor. I got people. I'm a shepherd.
Yeah.
That means I have a flock. So the accountability says to me, man, I can't give up. I got people looking up to me. I got people look. So even when I don't want to,
right.
That's it. That's it right there.
When I miss prayer in the morning, Pastor Q, you ain't pray this morning? I'm being a little lazy. I'll be there tomorrow. Like this week, I ain't been in the gym all week. And and that's not me.
Yeah.
But it's in me to go. I know I'm gonna get back on it. But guess what people saying? I was looking for your 6 a.m. prayer. Because is everything okay? And to hear that, it's like, okay, I know I need to be there too. But somebody's holding me accountable.
Yeah. But that consistency is still in you, though.
It's there.
No, that's what you do.
That's what I do.
But look at the season. But look at the seasons.
Yeah.
Like there are gonna be times where I'm not consistently consistent.
Yeah.
Right.
But
there are gonna be times. But the thing I do the most, that's who I am.
Yeah.
So like you might have a slight drop. Man, that's unusual.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like when you know something or a person or something, and it's not what usually being done, then that's unusual.
I tell you one thing. There's a term for you heard it before. It's this thing in fitness called muscle memory.
I heard that.
Muscle memory. You know what I mean?
Heard of that.
So basically, over time, I've done so much working out that my body has what they call muscle memory. Any given time, I can go in there and pick it up, and my body is not saying it's not going to have the aches and pains the next day, but it remembers.
Right.
it remembers what I took it through, and it's gonna pick it back up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it just goes. Next thing you know, I'll be right back into my program within time. I ain't been in a week or so, man. Guess what? I can go, and next thing, like, damn, I feel like I ain't even missed no days. I ain't been in here in a while.
Right.
My body gonna pick me back up. You know, and that's what it's like. Mine, man. Let me tell you what. You ain't rode a bike in how long? I bet you can get back on the bike and ride a bike.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
All day long.
Yeah, most of them.
You know what I'm saying, Phil?
All
I
day
bet
long.
nobody got to hold the back of your seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need training wheels.
You need training wheels no more.
Right.
Why not? You ain't rode a bike in 30, 40 years. You gonna jump on that bike, and guess what?
Yeah.
Everything from a child that you remember, your balance is gonna kick right in. Why you don't gotta learn all over again?
Ain't that that's deep? That's
I tell you.
But that's how we made, man, and that's why it's so important to know the how to, because even like Q just said something, man. That's a universal law.
Mm-hmm.
It's a universal law if everything is working correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Some got to be out of balance for that not to happen.
Yeah.
I tell you what's crazy, man. This is wrong to say, but I'm gonna say it. You ain't shot ball in a while, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna take some games, going to shoot out there, warm up, right? I bet you something you don't need to warm up to do. I bet I put an 8-ball in front. You know how to cut that up and go 7.
Muscle memory. Muscle memory.
Right, am I right, Phil?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to go. You ain't played ball. Take you a few weeks to get your jumper back. I put them drugs in front. I bet you ain't forgot how to bag them up.
Muscle memory.
yeah. But why is the wrong thing
So easy.
so easy?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Or the thing about it is, that's why it's got to be a renewing of the thinking, right?
Yeah.
Because if I don't see the benefit of it, just like you know, people you talking about the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't see the benefit, they ain't getting the likes, they ain't getting the the accolades and all that stuff. They don't see the benefit. That's their benefit. That's what they was looking for.
Why they do it? That's why
they do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But they say do it for the gram. So my thing is, listen, I know people, believe it or not, when I was at Harborside, and they used to come through, I didn't know this many people have churches. I didn't even know that churches open and close as much as they do, right?
Oh wow.
But a lot. Yeah, a lot of
You mean
believe it or not.
coming to your?
Yeah, no, I'm just basically saying that people start churches,
Period.
shut them down.
Oh.
I've seen a lot of people, and I'm like, I didn't never heard of a church shutting down. Well, you know what I heard a person say, well, man, nobody will support me. But what I'm going back to say is that how is that even possible? Because nobody is supporting you. So, because I'm gonna tell you what, if you understand the calling of life doesn't come with support.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Listen, it's funny that it not right away, it does come. But when God calls you, he does in time call those to support you. But at first, when you call, the supporters are not called with you. So that's why anytime you're called to do something, it looks like you're by yourself, because before God calls your supporters, you need to be able to understand who supports you. Man, that's so powerful to me. Listen, before God calls your supporters, you must first know who supports you. Because if he calls your supporters before you know who supports you, when your supporters leave, you'll stop doing it. Because he's the supporter.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man.
And that's why he never allows you, when it's him, to have the supporters first.
Yeah.
You know him first.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
roots,
matter.
the roots.
So it doesn't matter who come, who goes.
Yeah.
That's like me. I've been a pastor, at my own church 14, 15 years. I've had more people leave my church than I have at my church.
Yeah.
But guess what? My lifestyle, nothing never changed.
Mm-hmm.
People bought their money. People took their money.
Yeah.
People bought their tithes. People took their tithes.
Right.
People bought their donations. They took their donations.
Yeah.
And every year, I still live good. And what I'm trying to say is that I've had people come and go, but the coming and going doesn't change how I live.
That's right.
And that's what people try to hurt you with.
Yeah, because you count the cars before you start building.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying though, at the end of the day, people think they make you.
Yeah.
And you have to let and listen, that's and I'm gonna tell you what, and on this topic, the reason why people don't preach and teach the way they should is because of that fear of fearing. Listen, let me tell you what, man. Nobody wants to offend the top givers and the top tithers and the top offerings and people that give donations.
Yeah.
So people preach in fear because somebody knows. Listen, when people come into your church, there goes 20, there goes 30. He gonna give 50, he gonna give 60, he gonna give 100. Well, I know they're gonna give 500. Now you looking at people as numbers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But if the reason why I love what God has did with me, and I wasn't always there, and something I had to learn is that God showed me, regardless of who showed up, I got you. And it took me a long time to learn that. And that's where I got to a point, and people said I was getting cocky or arrogant, but what I was trying to say, I don't care who come, who go. And I didn't mean that, man. No passion. I knew that God had me. Right. And once I know God had me, I don't got to cater to nothing you want to hear, preach, or how you feel about me. And I feel like I can do whatever I want to do. And people say, man, you know what, man? You know, people will support you, but you wearing the Gucci, you wearing, they got to see all the car, they see the clothes. That's what I said. I don't care. And the reason why I said that is because I know that through all the people that came and gone, God had me. Anyway. And what I'm saying, when you have that and you live like that, yeah, it may come off like, oh, he don't care, but technically you don't make me.
So I gotta till my ground. See, I that's why it's so important. And you said it earlier, Q, that it's never about anything outside of me, right? You said it in the other way, but it's the same thing.
Right.
I gotta till my ground, right?
Right.
Like I'm not in competition, like you said also too. I'm only in competition with me.
Right.
For me to be the better version of me. That's the only competition I am. So I do the things I do because it's part of my lifestyle now. It's my lifestyle. It's not because it's a job. Even been blessed to be on a job that have thorns.
Right.
But it's roses for me. You know, my focus on the road. But I also know it come with the thorn.
Yeah.
That's deep. Yeah.
Well, he talks about the weeds and the tares. They grow up together.
Yeah.
And the bad thing about it, they look alike.
Yeah.
And he said, don't you try to separate them. He said, I'll do that. And the reason why, because not only do they look alike, they grow so close together. And by them growing close together, if you actually try to cut a tear off, you actually can hurt a wheat.
Come on, man.
You know what that basically means? And I'm going to tell you what, we see this happen all the time. I could put her out to church, but I don't know who she connected to. And because she hurt, if I remove her, I'm going to remove the good person too.
Yep.
So you know what I do? Let her fall off by herself.
That's what usually happens. Even with
a lot of time when you try to, that's why God doesn't allow us to do certain things, because a lot of times he doesn't allow us to. We know what the scriptures say, do not repay evil with evil, but to repay evil with good. And doing so, you should heap coals of fire. And when the Bible talks about, no, I'm sorry, that's not the scripture, but it goes with it. We said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. You know why God says he'll do the repaying? Because you end up doing it wrong. You don't know how to repay. So basically, you think, let me do to you what you did to me.
Yeah.
That's not the correct reward for that.
That's not his way.
That's not the way to do it. But you think by repaying somebody back the same way they did you, that's not the fix. You know the best fix for somebody that hurts you at times is to forgive them and cut them off.
Yeah.
You know the best thing you realize one time you'll get to a place in your life and you say, I'm just gonna just stop dealing with it. That hurts more.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop going back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm not texting back. I'm not calling back.
Yeah. I'm done.
I'm not answering the phone.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Matter of fact, I'm blocking.
I'm blocking.
Yeah.
That's when you
Right.
win. But as long as you going back and forth, you win it.
You participate.
I
But you
agree.
know,
I agree.
you hit something just now, and here's another one come
Mhm.
to me through spirit, right? And this, let me say this for the viewers: this ain't no religious show. This is where we at in our walking life.
Right. Right.
So if you hear us talk about God or talk about Christ Jesus or talk about Muhammad, whoever y'all want to talk about,
right.
that's just where the individual is at,
Right.
right? So we gonna be who we are
Yeah.
and allow you to be who you are. So on that note, let me say this.
Mhm.
When you said reap hot coals on the head for people who have done you wrong by being nice to them,
Yeah.
right? Because God said that he wished that nobody perish.
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
Right? So that person with that mentality to do evil and all that to you, right? When you be nice to them and you reap that hot coal on their head, or right, that represents fire, right?
Mm.
And guess what fire does? Purifies. Fire purifies.
Mm.
Huh? It get all the
Yeah.
puff off their heart and their soul.
Mm.
Because he wishes none of them perish.
Yeah.
So it's gonna help them, not hurt them, by being nice to them.
That's deep.
And it might hurt them to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what hit me when you said that.
It might
man.
hurt him to help.
It may hurt them to help.
Yeah.
Do you know? See, a lot of times you got to know the customs and traditions of times when you start doing history. You know, back in the days when Jesus them was on the earth and they had sheep over in their region. See, you got to know all over was different.
Right.
In their region, right? In the region of Galilee and all around that part, when you was a shepherd, right? One of the practices of a shepherd when they had like a wavery sheep that run away to protect the sheep from predators, they used to break the legs of the sheep and put them on their shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Did you see a lot of pictures with them
Yeah.
carrying the sheep? That's the sheep that try to run away all the time. But if they do it a lot of times, they break their legs.
Oh wow. I
Huh?
never knew that.
Yeah. I did some research on it. That's what I found out.
That's powerful, man.
Huh?
Break you to protect you. Golly. Wow.
So you keep running out there, it's dangerous. What you doing?
Broken to be protected. God, boo, that's powerful, man.
Huh?
That's really powerful. Wow, Lord have mercy, man.
Man.
Broken to be protected. Oh wow. That preach yourself.
But that was the custom.
Wow.
Huh? You know, I love, like, I'm a movie person, right? I like movies. And most movies I like is something that's got some spiritual, meanings. And I love Ten Commandments. And the part I love the most is when he was put out of Egypt.
Yeah.
When he put him out of Egypt and he was going through the desert and it was and Demille was narrating, he said the part he was going through the desert and he was hearing voices and everything at night, right? And you just think about going through the desert, going through all that, right? By yourself. You're out there, you think you by yourself. He said, but a fortune was pushing him. He couldn't curse it or he couldn't reward it because he don't know where it's coming from. He just said forward, going forward. And then it said, driven into the very dust from which he was formed, with which he came, right? He said, now the metal. No, he said, no, first he said, at the end of human strength, driven into the very dust from which he came from, right? He said, now the metal is ready for the master's hand. when I get to the end of me, that's when God usually do something. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
That was one of my favorite parts, man. When at the end of human strength, you know, stand still. In the water, what did you tell me? Stand still.
Yeah.
You want to see the glory of God in your life? Keep your hands up.
You say keep your hands what?
Of his work.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Keep your hands up. But you know what? It's not easy. I fall short all the time. I told y'all I just say stuff and shouldn't say it because I allow something in me to get triggered. And I revile back by saying something. But the more it's happening, the better I'm gonna be for it. Broken. Yeah. How you say it, Q?
What's that? Broken to be protected.
Good gosh, man. And guess who I need to be protected of most of the time? That dude in the mirror. That dude in the mirror, man. That means enemy is always me.
Always you. Yeah.
Why they say inner who? The inner me. I'm using my big, and it's because of my practices, my belief system. We act on what we believe.
Yeah.
Like I
think
know,
we believe what we know.
Yeah, I know I'm not the same guy I was when I embarked on a new way of life, but I still got a lot of growth to go. Like you said, I ain't never satisfied, man. Because I know as soon as I think that I got a lump down in one area, one pop up somewhere. So I get good over here in this area, Phil. I get good over here, but then all of a sudden, another part of my life, I said, "Oh man, I ain't had no attention over there. Got to work on this now." But it's never gonna be just smooth all the time. I might go through those times in life where things are pretty, but it takes consistency, even when I don't see the benefit. That's what you was talking about. I ain't feel like it. I gotta do it. It ain't about feelings. That's what gets us caught up.
Yeah.
I ain't feel like. But every time somebody, come on, man. The best practices that people have is going to work. That's the only majority of people that get up and go to work and they don't feel like it. Yeah, really dragging this morning. But you go.
Yeah.
I mean, most people practice that lifestyle. You go to work because they want something. Now I can't miss no more days, and my check look real. Huh? Ain't no feelings had nothing to do with that.
It's on that lifestyle now, right?
Yeah, because you want something.
You want something, yeah.
People do what they want, man. If people, you was talking about the church, right? If people are not supporting you or showing up when they say they was and all that, because it's not that important to them.
Yeah.
When it's important to people, man, they leave early.
Yeah.
They get there with bells on.
Do what they want to do. They say people do what they want to do.
People do what's important to them, man, in life.
You can't expect what you do.
No, you can't do for you. Yeah, you can't expect people to be you. It's a saying on that one, y'all. I gotta give y'all that one too, and for the people at home. I gotta practice always to lower my expectations and raise my acceptance.
That's powerful, bro. That's really powerful. 2 for 2, Charlie.
I can't expect people to be me. So my beliefs and my value system ain't everybody else's value system. And I need help in other areas too. Like I said. But you know what? I'm learning this, man. You know, it's an old saying, say if your heart wasn't in it, why didn't you let me know?
Mhm.
You know, if your heart wasn't in it, you'd be gone long ago or whatever.
Mhm.
God knows if our heart in there or not.
Right, right.
Yeah. He said that King David was a man after his own heart.
Yeah.
He said that before David took Bathsheba from that man and had that man killed. He said that before that.
Mhm.
And they said God said he's not a man that he should lie. So he don't repent from what he said. He said his word carry out what it meant to do, right?
But you know the thing about it is that the man after his heart also spoke on his consistency. Because you know that movie that it always preaches sometime they go together, that Will Smith movie, The Pursuit
Oh
of
yeah,
Happiness.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
One of my
pursuit.
favorites.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So pursuit, you know, it's a continual thing. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's pursuing you,
That means consistent.
consistently,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if he's after his heart, notice he didn't say David is a man after my lifestyle.
Yeah.
He after my heart.
Yeah.
So regardless of what,
Bad behavior.
he gonna continue to pursue the heart of God,
Good.
regardless of what. That's why he said he after my heart. He
I ain't
he
keeping
after
numbers
the,
like
he
you
after
do.
the blessing.
You know, here's some home runs here tonight.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, boo? So he not, you know, and that's what, you know, what's the scripture? He's looking for those who worship
That's
him
me.
in spirit and in truth. You know, God looking for people who after his heart.
Come on.
And our relationship with him, the relationship that we say we have with him, we find out, or the relationship is defined based off of if we're after his heart or if we're after his goodness.
Mm.
A lot of people are serving God because they're not after his heart, they're after his goodness.
Yeah.
And when they don't get his goodness, that's when they fall off.
Wow.
The man that's after God's heart's always going to be there. Righteous man may fall 7 times and get back up. He'll continue to fall, he'll stumble, but he'll be back in pursuit the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll never stop.
And that's what man. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I heard
He'll
that a
never
lot of
stop.
time, but that's why we should be around people who feed us. You know what I'm saying?
Important. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though you was talking about even people who give me correction, that's feeding.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I never looked at that in that way. The whole time, what I got was and it ain't about God gave it to him to give to me and all that.
Mhm.
It was in due time that I'm in the position to get watered.
Right.
That's all.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. And it's funny you say what you say, but inconsistency. Do you know that? And this is what I tell people all the time: Quran, the Bible, what it says never changes. You know what changes? How you understand it.
I understand.
I had that conversation the other day.
The Bible,
One God.
it's one God. It's but the thing about it is you grow to understand. That's why you say, man, I never looked at that scripture that way. Well, when you was a child, you thought as a child. But when you became a man, you put away childish things. The same scripture that means what meant to you 2 years ago is totally different now. The word didn't change. What changed? You evolve, you develop, so you understand it a little better. It's always said what it said. That's why people say, man, my father used to always say, well, you ain't get it when he said it at 5 years old. Now you 35 years old. Now I see what my daddy was saying.
And
30 years later,
yeah, due time. And you know,
it didn't change.
and it's no, you know, like everybody got their own way of believing things, right?
Mhm.
Because of their own thinking process and what their belief system is. Man, if I see a pit bull
Mhm.
and I see a box, they both dogs, but they're not the same. They're not the same. Like me and you, both humans. We're not the same.
Mhm.
our belief system may be different,
Mhm.
right? And
The breed. Mhm.
you know, like one thing about gravity, man, it worked for everybody. You ain't gotta believe in
Mm.
it.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
Deep
ain't
right
gotta
there,
believe
right
in
there.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deep.
You ain't gotta believe in it.
Because we all can fall.
Yeah.
And so I ain't too quick to throw people in the pool with the God I believe in, because it ain't the same.
Right.
I mean, because you know, we talk about salvation, and what's the big difference is with me, salvation only comes through Christ Jesus, right? But you
Mhm.
got a lot of other
Right.
belief systems
Mhm.
that the morals and all that is similar.
Right.
The morals are similar. But there's no salvation there. The morals are similar, but
Mhm.
there's nowhere in there. Like, it's no way we talked about this the whole show. It's no way that that I can do all good in life,
Right.
and my good deeds will grant me, you know, rewards, right? Because dirt is dirt.
Yeah.
If I got a little piece of doo-doo and some water, are you gonna drink it?
Mhm. A little bit of yeast levels the whole lump, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're not gonna drink it.
Mhm.
So you say, man, most of the glass clean. There's a little doo ball in the bottom of the glass, and I'm not drinking that. Man. Huh? So everything is. I just had to clear that up.
Yeah.
That's my belief system now.
Right.
I'm not pushing that on nobody else.
Right.
Right.
That's how I see it,
Right.
right? But yeah, gravity, man, it worked.
Mhm.
It worked. And the sun shine up. Everybody down here ain't good. The sun still come up on.
That's funny, man. When you talk about,
Mm.
you know, what's consistent every day, sunrise, moonset.
Mhm.
Been going on for me as long as I've been.
God is just consistent with that, man. With no help from us.
No,
No, that
and we take it for granted, though.
but nobody had to help the sun this morning. You don't have to help the star to shine. You don't have to the moon. You don't have to help none of that. All the thing about it is everything that man creates or makes has to be maintained. Nobody has to maintain nothing God makes.
Mm-mm.
That has created. It works. Doesn't need no maintenance. It's made to work. That's consistent. That's one thing that you can say about God. God is very much consistent.
You know that Ecclesiastes, you already know the most famous one. There's a season, the time.
Season time, everything is a season.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you read it and understand, everything is not beneficial for us. That the way we view it, right? Because it's time to die, time to, it's a time to pluck, it's a time to, it's a time for everything under the sun. Ain't nothing out of order.
Mhm.
That's why I say we don't walk by sight.
But like you said, the message that you'll see everything you're supposed to see in your consistency. But anybody who, anybody who not grow weary and well doing, for you shall reap if you faint not. Eventually, you're going to see something, but you got to be consistent with it. You have to do the work, man. And a lot of people don't want to do the work. It's a lot of work that got to be done. I'm gonna tell you what, a lot of us are right now not doing the work, setting up our futures. And there's some gritty days, there's some tough days, some doubting days, some days you don't feel like doing it. And all those days were not just about building the platform. Those days were actually building you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about, I'll say this real quick. So we all believe in the story, the teachings of Noah's Ark, right?
Mhm.
And the fact is that God gave him an assignment that took him forever to build, right? But if you think about what God was doing, two things was happening, right? And God was giving him time to build the ark. He was giving the people time to prepare to get on it.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Right. And not just this. another thing was happening in that teaching too. As he was building the ark, he was building him too. So let me say this: the thing that God has you to build builds you before you build.
Come on,
It
man.
builds you while you building it.
Hey, if we was a baseball team, we not gonna
Yeah,
because we don't have
but I tell you, everything you building. Listen, I tell you this. That's why when I tell people, I said when God told me to be a pastor, I wasn't ready to do it. When he called Solomon, he wasn't ready to do it. When he called David, he wasn't ready to do it. When he called Moses, he wasn't ready to do it. He always called you when you're not ready to do it. You know why? Because the thing he calls you to do builds you. Inside of being a pastor, I made a lot of mistakes that a school couldn't teach me.
Yeah.
Inside of this business, you're going to learn what business school couldn't teach you. Entrepreneur school couldn't teach you. Broadcasting couldn't teach you. You know what life can't teach you? People saying they're going to be on your podcast and don't show up and you have to do it by yourself. It doesn't teach you the disappointment of doing this.
Or the discipline.
Or the discipline.
Yeah.
How did you learn that? Through the failures and it happening to you.
Hey, you want to talk about that since we're on that? Because you have experience in, one of the people I see that I see most is consistent, that had a lot of shows with it. It's been you, Phil.
Yeah.
So you can talk about that, man.
It just
Tell us the experience of you having guests, they're not showing up, and you got to still do the show.
I always what they say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
That's it.
And that's just what I do. Like every show, because I know I may get that or I can't make it. I'm making sure I got enough information, teachings to give to the people, And most of the time, you have people that's inconsistent and won't even tell you that they're not showing up.
It happens.
So it's on my heart. God is telling me, they're gonna be there today. You got this message for the people. Then that devil pop up. Don't show up, no call, no show. When I see that time,
I gotta go.
Say, man, keep on going.
I gotta go.
Consistency, keep on going. This part of your life. This is your job. You just can't quit.
And
that's just what it is.
Like I said again, I doubled down. Phil, suggested that I do the Man in the Mirror as a podcast, right? And I seen Phil was you talking about helping each other, right? Phil might not remember, but one of his things, he was already doing it when I came, when we started doing things together, right? He was already talking about the missing, right? But I said, you hang your head on it. I told Phil, you gotta hang your head on that, man. Remember that?
I remember that.
I said, because that's your niche. Q wears sweatsuit. Part of the niche. It's
what's crazy? It's funny you say that, man, because I remember I had to talk to somebody. It was like, man, think, man, you should do a suit or some stuff. I told him, I said, man, I'm known, I'm consistent in wearing this sweatsuit.
That's right. That's right.
I tell you right now, if I wore a suit, it would be inconsistent.
Yeah.
People look for me to wear
a sweatsuit. Yeah, all kind of sweatsuit.
All kind of sweatsuit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's a sweatsuit.
But
it ain't jeans.
You know what's crazy?
It ain't jeans or none of that.
In the day that I wear a suit, somebody will say, see, you look nice dressed up. And then somebody gonna say, why he got that on?
Right.
And the people who inconsistent with me say, why is he wearing the sweatsuit? People consistent with me saying, I'm used to the sweatsuit.
That's right.
I don't know.
That's what consistency do.
You know what I'm saying? Consistency puts you in your lane.
That's right.
Inconsistency have you trying to be a chameleon and adapt to every view and opinion. At the end of the day, let me say this for people. You can't please everybody, as they say. You have to fall into your identity. You know what your identity is? Not being liked by everybody. Find you, find what you do, accept who don't like you, and accept who do, and don't make no more changes.
That's it.
Because you're going to keep changing.
What's your motivation?
Yeah, if you because people will continue to change you.
Yeah.
And that's why every time people like, man, what you think I could do better? Man, listen, be you. And allow your viewers and your audience to find you. You keep trying to, you know the bad thing about life and marketing? We keep trying to find the people to support us. Why don't we let them? This is what God told me to show me them. Man, let the people find you.
Come on, man.
You keep trying to find them.
Mm.
If you do what you're supposed to do, they'll find you.
If you build it,
They'll come.
yeah.
That's what real life. A lot of times we trying to find, man, let me put this out there. Let me get this. Let me get the followers. Let me do the marketing thing. I'm trying to get the people. No. And know what is going to happen? You're going to spend years doing that. And a lot of times what you attract, what I found out, you attract the wrong people looking for people.
Good God, man.
And then
That's a mean one there.
yeah, man. Then know what ends up happening? You end up with a whole bunch of people that shouldn't be there because you went out looking for people. Allow people to find you.
Because is that not what they did for Christ? They were looking for him. But they looked for him because they wanted something, right? They wanted to get healed, they wanted to get blessed, so they wanted something, right?
Let me ask you something. You know a restaurant got big, good food, right? How long did you know it was there before the rest of the people knew? You said you just found out about that?
Yeah.
Guess what? They ain't changed up nothing.
Yeah. They kept the same recipe.
Same recipe. You just found out about that. The food been good there.
That's
For
should
years.
be my
Yeah.
missing segment.
Yeah.
I get that all the time. Well, I ain't know you do that. I ain't know what's in my mind. So I've been doing it, man.
Been doing that, yeah.
I've
You
been
been
doing
doing that, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, Phil been doing
like you
this
said, I
stuff,
try
yeah,
to find
yeah.
my thing is always being different. So my thing is, you know, when I do the missing segment, what's distinctive? Because the news is not talking about something that's distinctive for a missing person. You know, they're not talking about you know, what she had on pink Crocs. I'm gonna put something on your mind so you can say, oh, I think that's, you know, that's Cherie right there, because I know she always got pink Crocs. You know, so everything I try to do, consistency and different. So my consistency is I'm going to tell you something distinctive in every missing person, because there's something distinctive about all of us, whether you know it or not. It's always something distinctive that you're going to look for within, you know, a missing person. So that's my whole thing, man.
This is my thing
That
about
was
life.
an Park home run. That was an Park home run.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. This is just my thing in life, and y'all agree when I say this. I like when people consistently don't like me or rock with me, and I don't like when people to be inconsistent with that. So you know what? If I know you're prejudiced or racist, I like that because that's consistent. What I don't like is the inconsistency of you on and on and on. No, be who you are every day. Be that same person. Yeah, that's why I tend a lot of times. Me personally, and people hate when I say this. You know why I could deal with Trump? Because that's consistent.
He consistent. He who he is.
He did. He listen. He not trying to be nothing else than that. And that's I said I love that. I can accept that. You know why? It's consistent.
Yeah,
What's not consistent
he ain't 50-50.
is the niggas I got around me.
Yeah.
Niggas like you today, hate you tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's inconsistent behavior.
Yeah.
That's fakeness. I don't need that around me. What I like is the prejudice, the racist is consistent. The snake, I like that. It's
I like
consistent.
consistency.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to be around nothing that's inconsistent. Man, you listen, you don't like me? Good. I know who you are. Stay that way. Stay not liking me. You like me? Good. You for me? Okay, good. Stay that way. Hit it all that off and on. I don't need the behavior.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. What's consistent is that we always be on the same page, me and you, because I can't stand 50-50.
Yeah,
like most people, they see me, you know, doing the go-go thing, the podcasts and stuff, and y'all guys been around me, you know, consistently. Y'all know this is who I am.
Right.
This ain't no show, you know, like we organic here. I can tell you this what me and these guys talk about, the ones you see on the panel. We talk about this kind of stuff with nobody else around.
Yeah.
You stay consistent with that. Don't be trying to do this today. Oh, now you're doing this. Come on, man. What you do? Who are you? What you do? That's what I'm saying, man. I can deal with when somebody say, man, oh, you ain't my cup of tea. I don't like you. Good. At least I know who y'all. Be consistent in that.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'd rather deal with
But once you tell me, hey man, hey, you gotta worry about me no more.
Yeah. Listen, Trump's consistent. The
Yeah.
man running for mayor or governor, I don't know who he's going to be tomorrow.
Right.
I don't know who you're gonna be when you get in office. One thing I know about this guy, listen, the man's not changing.
No, he ain't changing.
He was doing that when he was running.
Man, he's the same person every day. Every day
They go back to his lifestyle.
He's
That's
saying
him.
stuff about people.
That's his lifestyle, man.
Show me something.
He live by everything he say.
Listen,
Listen,
I'm not saying I like him, but I'm just saying, boo, everything he do is just consistent.
and I'm talking about consistent. My cousin was supporting him, right? And everything, right? And now he said, oh man, this nigga, now you don't want to support him no more.
He been the same.
I said, man, I told you he didn't switch out.
He didn't change. He been the same Trump the whole time.
The man said that back in the day on his first joint, right? This we talking about people of color. I'm gonna keep it 100. On his first joint, I don't know if nobody fabricated it or not, but I seen it, right? He said, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Mhm.
Talking about the black guy. He said, and back in the days, the good old days, we took him out back.
Yeah.
Am I right? So he ain't switch out. That was on campaign trail.
That's what I'm saying. He's every day, whether
I mean,
you
he said
call him, they like, man, he's a prejudice, he's a racist, he's an asshole. Guess what? He's that every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
He ain't kissing.
I can
He ain't
respect.
saying he mess with. He not telling you he for you.
Look what he said. He said, you might as well vote for me. You can't do no worse.
Exactly.
That was his on the first jump. He said, you can't do no worse.
I know, listen, you don't gotta like who he is, but you know who he is.
You know who he is.
I know who he is. When people say, man, I'd rather deal with, at least I know you're walking in your truth.
Yeah. So we talking
You're
about
a racist,
consistency.
you're a bigot, you're prejudiced, you're asshole, whatever like that.
We talking
Like
about
that.
staying
Yeah.
consistent tonight
Stay
will
consistent
equal
with
a
that.
lifestyle change, y'all. Then what kind of lifestyle do you want?
They don't be you Christian today, Muslim tomorrow, Jehovah Witness, Catholic. I mean, who are you? Be what you want to be. Stay consistent with that.
Hey, you know, what's that? The Family Guy.
Yeah.
Do you remember when?
Peter Griffin.
Yeah. You remember when Shatner was there, Captain Kirk?
No.
William Shatner was on there one time, right?
Uh-huh.
And you gotta look it up, y'all. The cartoon Family Guy featuring William Shatner, right?
Yeah.
William Shatner was all over the place. William Shatner was all over the place, man. And that's what inconsistency is.
You know what?
All
I
over the place, man.
Remember Paul said that he had to get in Peter's face. He said, I had to get in Peter's face because when he was around the Jews, he was acting this way.
Oh,
And then when he got the Gentiles, he was acting this way. He said, I withstood him to his face. And he told him about it. He said, man, I noticed when you get around the Jews, you act this way. And then when you get around the Gentiles, you act this way. He basically, Paul said he confronted Peter for being phony. So he get around the church people, act this way. He get around the sinners, he act this way. He said, I withstood him to his face. It's in the Bible.
50-50.
He said, basically, I watch you out here. That's like around here, I see you at church, you act this way, but then you get around here, you act that way. You know what I'm saying? He like, hold up, man. I watch it. I see it's not consistent.
But it also means, man, that I'm gonna need those people like Paul in my life, because maybe I'm just saying maybe, right? I ain't giving no crutch for maybe Peter ain't even see himself like that. Sometimes we got blind spots in our character.
Yeah.
That's why we need people to represent America. Sometimes we need people in our life to represent America. Man. So we get ready to wrap up. Man, it's been a great show, man. If y'all go back and look at this over and over, there's a lot of jewels in this joint.
Yeah.
So y'all go back, man. It's not entertainment, man. It's enlightening. So go back, man. This Man in the Mirror show, man. We meet once a month, man. and it's a talk show that matters. So I thank the panel. I thank Focus One, the Focus Field.
Right, thank you, brother.
And the Q Dog. Yeah,
Yep, Pastor Q.
that's
Yeah,
a
man.
Q, man.
Yeah, like I
Cool
said,
Jones.
thank y'all for having me, man. Just us also, man. Continue to support Focus Field. Been doing this thing, man. This podcast. You know, he come from the same place I come from. It's just good to see that, you know, brothers still at it, even though, you know, you may feel like haven't got the support or the recognition. It's just still having the discipline and drive to be able to do it because it's helping somebody, even if it's just one.
Yeah,
So that's
and
what's
I'm
up,
pretty
man.
sure, man, with this missing children, somebody that came home because of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Right.
And not only
And
that,
that's
Go-
consistent. Missing people, man,
that's right.
every single day, and we take it for granted. But it's definitely it's consistent. Missing people, man,
Yeah,
every single
That's
day, man.
consistent. So
Yep.
I'm glad you're doing that work. And Word Movers Ministry, man, support it, man. What's the address, Q?
7477 Old Alexander Ferry Road, Clinton, Maryland. We down the street from the admissions. We have service from 11 to 12 every Sunday. 7477 Old Alexander Ferry Road, right down the street from the admissions in Clinton. From 11 to 12, we have our service.
So y'all come on out, man. And that's a wrap, man. We're gonna see y'all next month. We're not even gonna do one at the end of this month. We're gonna let this represent that. But at next month, man, we're gonna be right back here, God willing, and back it on up and do it again.
That's what's up.